So YouTube is kind of this weird place where people follow you, right? I guess all social media is like that, but I'm not on other social media, really. I'm not actively on it. You have an Instagram, but I really don't post there ever. But on YouTube, I have a little bit more of a following, about 2,500 or so people on YouTube. So I feel some sort of obligation to these people, to all of you basically. And my channel is not very big at all compared to a lot of other channels. To me, 2,500 people or so is still a lot of people. Like, I don't know 2,500 people in my daily life. Maybe, like, if you count all the people I went to school with in the past and things like that, you could probably get up to 2,500, but I really don't count that. It's more of like friends, family, coworkers. I don't have 2,500 people in my life. So having 2,500 people on the internet to press a button saying, I want to hear what she has to say in the future means a lot to me. So thank you. Thank you so much for those of you who are subscribed to my channel. And I do realize with this video, I'm probably gonna lose a lot of you, but despite the obligation, I also feel like I have an obligation to myself not to post content that I'm no longer interested in, if that makes sense. So this is something that I've kind of struggled with all year because the last 2 years have been very difficult. I'm sure all around. I've had a lot more responsibility outside of my personal life that I've had the last 2 years that I didn't have previously. So I like to think back on my booktube experience, specifically in 2019, because I feel like that's the only year that I really put as much effort as I wanted to into booktube, and it's probably my most successful year, even though for most of it I didn't even have 1,000 subscribers. But it's also the year that I've read the most books. I read 257 books back in 2019, which is kind of crazy. And while this year I'm probably back to the level responsibility-wise that I can put as much effort into my booktube channel as I did back in 2019, I'm significantly lower on the actual content available. I've made this channel into a typical booktube channel where I do things like I talk about TBRs and wrap-ups, which are basically the books that I've recently read, and I do reviews on all of the books that I've recently read, which back in 2019, when I read 257 books in 1 year, was really easy to do. This year, I read exactly 35 books. All of it concentrated in January, February, and March of this year. Of course, by now it's June, which means in April and May, I read exactly 0 books. Zero, nada, nothing. And because I've read 0 books, and my channel is solely around the content of the books that I'm currently reading, I have 0 content for my channel. So I'm sorry, but at the same time, I just don't feel like reading right now. That doesn't mean I'm not a reader anymore, because I love books and I think about them all the time, but I'm not reading anything, so I don't have any content to post, which makes me sad. Like I said, I feel some sort of obligation to all of you who want to watch and see my videos, but if I'm being honest, if I keep my channel the way it currently is, I honestly don't know if I'm gonna have any content to post in the month of June or July or for the rest of the year even, because you might not realize this about me, but I'm a very inconsistent reader. I said I read 257 books in 2019. I read over 100 books in 2020 and 2021 also, even when I had very little time on my hands. But before that, between 2012 and 2017, I read pretty much nothing. I really didn't start reading again until late 2017 going into 2018. And I feel like I might be on one of those bouts again, where for the next year or maybe longer, I might be in this big reading slump where I can't read anything, which also means I can't post videos because, again, this is a booktube channel. And it's not that I don't have other things that I'm interested in that I kind of want to post videos about, but again, this is a booktube channel. I can't post videos about it. And it's not that I don't want to post videos on YouTube anymore, because I actually really like YouTube and I really like being a creator. And I also really like books. So I'm not quitting YouTube. I'm just quitting booktube, which makes me sad. But I also kind of still want to post content about books. Just obviously not the books I'm currently reading, because I don't have any books that I'm currently reading. So I'm also not quitting booktube, or maybe I am, sort of. I'm gonna be quitting the structure of booktube. So there aren't gonna be any more TBR videos or wrap-ups or book reviews or book hauls or unhauls or anything like that. I might still post some booktube-like videos, like my bookshelf tour, which I know I promised back in like February. Don't worry, that's still coming. reading. It's like halfway done, but I think I'm gonna have to pivot my content in a different way for most of the other videos. So I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do, but I do still have videos coming out for you guys, and they are gonna be related to books in some way. They're just not gonna be about books that I'm currently reading. So if you're interested in that, thank you. I appreciate that. Please don't unsubscribe. But if that's not something you're interested in, you just care about the books that I'm currently reading and like my reading stats and things like that, then I'm sorry. I'm not gonna have those types of videos anymore. If I'm gonna be honest, I don't know exactly what kind of content I'm gonna post. I've been thinking a lot about 2019 and kind of the things that I was doing back then. And one thing I realized is, even though I read 257 books that year, when I think about the books that made an impact on me, there are about a dozen from that year that I honestly feel like I still love today. I don't really have any books that I'm currently reading, but even if I do start reading again, I don't want to talk about the books that I'm necessarily currently reading because they're not necessarily making an impact on me. But I want to talk more specifically about the books and stories and things like that that have made an impact on me specifically. And hopefully that's the type of content that you guys will find interesting. So this is a weird video, but please like, subscribe if you haven't already. I don't know why you're watching this video if you're not subscribed to me, because it's really a contentless video, but I will have another video coming next week. For right now, I'm only gonna be doing weekly videos on Sundays. Hopefully that'll change when I figure out more of the direction of where I'm going with this channel, but I will be posting videos every Sunday, and that's all I have for you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.